Navigating small coastal rivers during low flows can be challenging, even for the experienced oarsman. We took a moment to discuss the importance of having a balanced drift boat with Kyle from Willamette Valley Outfitters.
So we're fishing low conditions in the river today, and so having a balanced boat is super important. Right now the boat's pretty balanced. We've had a lot of guys in here today. I like to be more center boat, gives me good pivot action. I can put a lot of weight up front. However, when you're dealing with these low flows and you're off balance, I'm going to work harder, and it makes it tough going through these shallow riffles. Day to day it changes on how many people you have. You could have 2 or 1. One of the benefits to our boats here is we can move the seats around. We can adjust them and adjust accordingly for how many people, heavy people, single person, things like that. Generally, with the fall Chinook, I like to have my seats on the outside if at all possible, because that's going to allow me to work the rod holders better, things like that. So adjustability is key. If we go down the river and we're sitting sideways all the time, it's hard for me to run the oars, and we'll be nicking through all these little shallow running riffles. So having the ability to move these seats around is one of the things that makes these Pavati boats so nice. That quick, we're back on center again. I like having the seats like this because it gives the guy access to the rod holder here. It gives room for the clients to move around, or the guests in the boat. If I'm fishing a single guy, I will be dead center. I'll remove a seat, leave it in the truck. When we're doing fall Chinook, I generally like to have my guys up front, even bobber fishing, because we can control. I like to have many options, from plugs to bobbers to back bouncing, and we could put 3 seats up here. And now I have a bench seat up here, pretty balanced, so I can have all 3 guys up front fishing. Being able to change on the fly is important. Once we get the weight up front, you can see how this boat's going to actually level out and sit really nice and give me the best ability to get down the river. You know, we're displacing a lot of water right now, so this is going to allow us to float super high. We don't draft very much. When you start going into riffles, you can lose control. There's a nice balance. If I come back to the back, if it was just me and a bunch of gear, you can see how I'd be working a lot tougher if I had just all my weight in the back of the boat. Again, the seats move a lot, so we can pretty much take that out of the equation every day we fish, depending on who we have. Being able to move things around takes a second. Other boats that don't have the adjustability work too. You just have to slide guys around, find that center. But everybody likes their rower seat in different spots. I personally like it more center of boat, because I feel that going through moving water, I have better control of my boat. Where to position your oar locks? Generally, the knees is a good place to start for people. This is going to give us, you know, a fair range of motion when we're running. With the adjustability, you know, depending on how big you are, wingspan, things like that, you can really move this around. However, if I wanted everybody up front and I wanted to offset the weight more, I could move my seat back a couple positions, put my oar locks even back further. Cody's boat up there, he sits his completely different than mine based on the weight. He's got 1 guy up front, 1 guy in the back. Today we ran 2 and then 1. So a little bit heavier boat, and we've been able to get through the river no problem at super low flows. I mean, it's as low as it's going to get for us, and the fish are here. So being able to adjust and adapt and be on the water is key.